Very soon we'll be joined by our correspondent, Joseph Oliva, always alive there at the convention ground to bring us developments coming from the PDP 2018 National Convention. Well, we'll now continue with our discussion. Well, I still have with me in the studio this afternoon legal practitioner Shijibomi Adebi. Well, did I use Adebi? You know, I can't say you. Many thanks for staying tuned. Many thanks for staying tuned on the program this afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. We hope to be joined very soon by our correspondent Joseph Oliva to bring us up to speed concerning development at the Port Harcourt ground over the PDP National Convention. Shiji, yes. Earlier before we went on that break, we're making some assertions of some permutations about who becomes the PDP presidential candidates. Now, today the APC will be meeting at 6 at the Eagle Square to ratify the candidate of President Muhammadu Buhari. 7,000 delegates will be meeting to ratify his candidature. What do you make of this one?
The APC?
Yeah.
It's a done deal. It's signed, sealed, and delivered as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think there's anything stopping the candidature of President Buhari. It is that of the PDP that we should focus more attention on. But as far as I'm concerned, that of the APC has been signed, sealed, and delivered already.
All right. It was slated for 12 and now shifted to 6 p.m. Do you think they are trying to monitor the development at the PDP convention? Is that why they have decided to shift this?
Yes, as we speak, whatever is going on in Port Harcourt is being monitored by the APC in full swing. Most of everything that goes on right there as we speak right now is being monitored by the APC, and so whosoever, even before the person is nominated, they would have known the consensus candidate. Of course, I'm not saying that they have spies in the APC who are in PDP right there on the ground in Port Harcourt, but leave nothing to chance. I can tell you, APC are waiting. It's a strategy. They want to know who. Of course, everybody knows the APC already has Buhari as his candidate. That notwithstanding. So they want to see who will battle against APC. That's it for PDP. Most of other parties already have candidates, but I think PDP is the major force they're contending with. So in this case,
that's the only formidable opposition party,
of course,
in the country at the moment. In of this, I didn't think of it whether the PDP should have also gone the way APC went by going by direct primary, instead of having indirect primary where you have the delegates.
Direct primary is not suitable for this kind of situation. It says that you have to ask people to line up behind a particular candidate. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I believe PDP will go by the way of indirect primaries, where delegates will be asked to cast their votes for their candidates without people knowing who they are. But if they want to go by direct, whether direct or indirect,
just a moment, Shiji. We have our correspondent who is in Port Harcourt, Joseph Oliva. Many thanks for joining us, Joseph.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, what development do we have at the moment?
The delegates are coming in, they are doing their accreditation now, and they are taking their seats.
Wow.
And that's development coming from Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Okay. What about the presidential aspirants?
Sir?
What about the presidential aspirants?
I can't hear you clearly.
What about the presidential aspirants?
Hello?
Hello, Joseph.
Hello?
What about the presidential aspirants? Are they in at the moment?
Hello?
Hello, Joseph. What about the presidential aspirants? Are they in at the moment?
Oh, no. None of them is in at the moment. Wow. But we have the personality of Speaker of Federal House of Representatives, Dogara, and Senator Olujimi. They are part of the committee. They are expecting the whole process to make sure that the process is going on well.
Okay, so Dogara and Senator Olujimi, they are the ones in there at the moment.
Yes, and we have the chairman of the committee, the convention committee. I just spoke with him, and he assured me that the process will be smooth and fair.
What about the chairman of the PDP?
Second.
No, the chairman of the PDP is not in yet.
He's not in at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. So, how will you describe the situation at the PDP National Convention at the moment?
Well, the situation is calm, and the delegates are coming in. They are waiting for the appropriate time for them to exercise their franchise to let their presidential flag bearer ahead of the 2019 election.
Any of the governors available?
Hello?
Any of the governors available at the moment?
Any of who?
The governors.
Hi.
Hello, any of the governors available?
Yes, we have about 5 governors here, and we have
Namely?
we have the president of David Umahi from Ebonyi State.
Ebonyi State.
We have governor of Cross River State, and Emmanuel Udom also was here. So I think they just stepped out.
Okay. You just mentioned
And
3 of them.
We have former governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswan, is here.
Okay.
Yes, and that's of Igbo State. Atiku Udenwa.
Okay. Well, many thanks. We hope you will give us more updates as events unfold at the Port Harcourt ground.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. There. And there you have it, our correspondent.
Did he just mention the sitting governor of Igbo State?
No. He said former.
Governor of Igbo State.
Yeah, it's one of the former governors there.
Wherein the sitting governor of Igbo State, Rochas Okorocha, is from APC.
Yeah, we know that.
Well, that's quite interesting. It's good. It's like a sway vote now to show you between who will emerge.
Let's get it clear. He's the former governor of Imo State.
I know.
He didn't even mention his name that way. Any of the former governor of Imo that was there. But we have David Mai, there, Udom Emmanuel, Gabriel Suswan, and the Cross River State governor there.
Well, that's good. I'm really just surprised that none of the aspirants has already arrived at the convention ground.
And this is past 3 o'clock.
Past 3 o'clock.
So that means we are having a long day to wait.
They are playing the waiting game as far as things are concerned right now.
Because one would have expected that the delegates are already seated. The presidential aspirants are also there. So that the voting can start.
Yes. But you see, well, everything is going smoothly as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, there could be an allegation of lobbying among the lobbyists, among the aspirants, by the delegates, to be the delegates to sway them to vote for them. And apart from that, don't be surprised, like the national convention where the national leader was elected, they may have a consensus candidate at the end of the day. We don't know that yet, but they, right while they Port Harcourt, already know. We don't know that. We don't have an idea of who the consensus.
So, what would be the essence of having a convention if they already had in mind to have a consensus?
When Sekodu's
candidate,
before Sekodu was appointed the national leader or national chairman, there was a consensus candidate already. Prove me wrong. We saw the list before it came out. So. Actually, we already knew. So definitely, the person who is going to come out as the flag bearer for the PDP will definitely have the blessings of Secondus and Governor Wike, City Governor of River State, as it starts. So I wish all the aspirants luck as they slug it out to get the sole ticket to contest for PDP.
And the Speaker House of Representatives at the moment is also on ground. Senator Olujimi from Ekiti is also, well, she's also there. So
Yeah, that's a good development. But I remember when we were mentioning the fact of Kwakwaso and Tabua, we left out McAfee and
Okay.
one other person. Well,
David Mark, Senator David Mark.
David Mark is an old timer, and I believe he would have transcended from being an aspirant to a political leader, or a national leader, or an elder in the party.
Why is it this?
Because he has been there for long. He has seen. He has been there. And he has
He's one of the
done that.
longest serving senator.
Of course,
in
he has,
Nigeria.
he has been a Senate president for 2 sessions already, and in those 2 sessions he was the Senate president. At least we knew where Nigeria was and where Nigeria is now. We're not saying whether we've improved or we've not improved, but I believe he should now see himself as a national elder of the PDP.
Well, we've been keeping tabs with events and happenings at the Port Harcourt venue of the PDP National Convention. Well, we'll kickstart at this time looking at some of the development at the moment. But we have this report for you. The delay in the kickoff of the National Convention has been attributed to the party state congresses, which spilled over to yesterday. The former governor of Imo State, who is also a member of the convention committee, Achike Udenwa, and the chairman planning committee of the National Convention, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, made the disclosure while speaking to journalists at the venue of the event. It further disclosed that 4,000 delegates will be participating in the ongoing convention to elect a presidential candidate among the 12 aspirants.
We have a program we are running. The convention is not starting any morning. The delegates all around Port Harcourt are ready, and as soon as the time comes, they will come in for accreditation, and once they are accredited, the convention starts, voting starts. I'm not aware of any peculiar challenges because I belong to the convention planning committee. Nigerians are hoping on PDP today. Where the Nigerians have their hope in PDP, Nigerians are fed up completely with the APC.
We really put every other thing in process, but you know that there's always this question. A lot of people want to come in, and you have to find a way to identify the appropriate persons who should come in. We're having that, but I think that's likely sorted out. But for all other committees, we're working well, and there are no hitches. We believe that once the process starts, it's going to work seamlessly, and then we just get going, and everything will be in perfect shape.